Hello there everyone, guys, happy Monday, because it really is quite a happy Monday. Look at this insane pump in Bitcoin that we had, absolutely unbelievable, over the weekend, just yesterday, 15% pump. So what is the reason behind this pump? Why am I so happy? What is happening with my short trade? Do I still hold my short trade? You're going to be absolutely surprised as to what I'm about to tell you. And also, what is my outlook? Why did this happen? And will this actually continue? And should you actually long Bitcoin right now? All of this in this video. So let's just jump straight into this. And first things first, let's go over some news, and then we're going to return to the chart. I'm going to tell you exactly as to what I'm personally expecting. So one thing for sure is that we have some more cascading liquidations when it comes to banks. So New York State Department of Financial Services actually took possession of Signature Bank. So yet another bank went under with total assets of approximately 110 billion and total deposits of approximately 90 billion as of December of last year. This is crazy. So now we're seeing so many banks going under, and this is actually going to influence my thinking as to whether we should be longing Bitcoin or shorting it right now. But again, watch this video till the end. I'm going to tell you all about it. And guys, remember, if you want an exchange that you can actually trust, then use my link down in the description of this video to buy a bit, and you can claim up to $30,000 in initial deposit bonuses. And if you deposit more than $100, you're entering into a Rolex giveaway, which is going to be done in a random video. In one of my next videos, I'm going to do a random Rolex giveaway. And also, because there's still one Rolex still left, and deposits over $500 to get my famous paid crypto course for absolutely free. And all deposited users get access to my crypto signals community for absolutely free. There is a link to it down in the description of this video. This is where we post all of my trades and the trades of my team. I mean, all the explanations, takes profits, etc. And actual trade results of our members are absolutely astonishing. 300%, 70%, 200%, 1000%. Well, I mean, it's absolutely crazy. So if you're not part of this, join Bybit, use my link, and you get all of these insane bonuses. And again, enjoy my free Discord channel as well. But let's get straight to the content. And the content, guys, really is right here. So US Treasury says the Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, is not being bailed out. So yes, the reason for this actual megalithic pump in the Bitcoin price is the actual help from the US government. So, and that's why actually, if we're going to take a look at USDC, USD, we're going to see that it's actually quite close. It has reclaimed its peg on Gemini, and it's almost close to its peg over on Binance and also everywhere else. So does this mean that we actually are over this FUD and whether we should be longing Bitcoin? Not so fast, guys. Not so fast yet, and whether I'm still holding my short trade. So I'm going to get to all of this in just a second. So basically, what we're seeing right now is that new policies, which was yesterday, new policies were adopted on Sunday, yesterday, by US banking regulators. And those policies, basically, they're going to wipe out the equity and the bondholders in the Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, which just went under as well, of New York, while protecting all customer deposits, as the senior US Treasury official has said. Therefore, basically, technically it's not a bailout, but the government is stepping in because they're realizing that if they do nothing, this is going to be really bad. So this is the positiveness. This is the reason why Bitcoin actually came back to the same area where this is the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, and now we just came right back. So this means that the whole drop was actually wiped out, which is very positive, incredibly positive. But before we talk about the technicals and about the price, let's finish looking at what's actually at play right now. So what is important also, and the reason why USDC is reclaiming its peg, is because Circle, well, the issuer of USDC, said that the $3.3 billion hole, all of those reserves, to be fully available on Monday. So basically, because of this, once the banks open today in the United States, they're going to get their money back because of the government intervening partially as well. So this is very positive. That's why, Circle is safe, the money is safe. And as I told you already as well, that I probably don't see Circle failing. And in one of my previous videos, still was very important to pay attention to it, depending on what the Fed what the US government would do, and they did the right thing, quite frankly. And certainly today as well, Fed is gonna hold a meeting on Monday in wake of the Silicon Valley Bank collapse and basically SWIFT collapse, and seeks to avoid widespread panic. So they're gonna discuss as to what to do. But to be honest, I mean, if they're already stepping in, then I'm pretty sure that that's, I mean, already decided for. So, and as Bill Ackman actually posted on Twitter, had the FDIC and the US Treasury and the Federal Reserve not intervened today, we should have had a 1930th bank run continuing first thing Monday. Because what would people do? They would realize that the banking sector is collapsing. So they would want to get their money out. And we've seen some of these videos of long lines to the banks already standing there. So, and this would cause enormous economic damage and hardship to millions. So this is the reason why Fed and the US government intervened in the first place. They didn't want to see this cascading liquidation. And more banks will likely fail despite the intervention, but now we have a clear roadmap as to how the government will manage them. So therefore, the government stepped in and they actually are gonna theoretically bail them out. Well, again, it's not a bailout, but you know what I mean already at this point. So this is very positive. But what's not really positive is the fact that why did this happen? And this happened because Fed started increasing rates too much and far too fast, which leads us into another positive, which actually is that when they're saying, and they did not expect the banks to start failing, and that's why that's why going into Bitcoin is the right thing. That's why I have so much of my money in Bitcoin, in physical spot Bitcoin in my cold wallet, simply because of this. This colonial system is unreliable. This colonial monetary outdated system. Look, I mean, they're just helping out with more money, more printing, whatever. This is just unbelievable. But now, what does this mean? Does this mean we should be longing Bitcoin because they just saved the day? So the answer is quite simple. I'm going to tell you right now. So for one, what we have to understand is that, in my personal humble opinion, I'm not going to be longing Bitcoin until until tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. This is where CPI is going to come out. And look at the forecast of the CPI. It is actually 6%. So we've seen that previously, the previous reading was 6.5, and it went down a tiny bit to 6.4, even though the forecast was 6.2, so that was really bad. And the market currently is pricing in is trying to forecast that it's going to be an even bigger drop, like a huge drop than they actually previously forecasted. So if this is going to come in at something like 6.4, 6.3, something really bad, which would signalize stagflation and inflation being too high for too long, then already the banking sector is already failing. And we already are seeing the unemployment actually going up as well, tiny bit. So this could signal the Fed that maybe it is the time to accept higher inflation and start printing the money again. Who knows? So this could be a very huge positive news for us, quite frankly, this whole collapse of these banks. But I would still not long Bitcoin until Tuesday, when we see what the CPI is, because if the CPI comes in at 6.0 or 6.1, I would certainly be putting in a long trade on Bitcoin. However, what did happen to my Bitcoin short trade? Of course, I got stopped out right here because I did not really expect this kind of a powerful move. So last night when I went to sleep a bit earlier, I actually placed my stop loss right here at about 21,150. So I actually got stopped out of my short trade about in this approximately this vicinity. So we did an amazing short trade from here. I think it was our entry was right here, right till here, and I made like $37,000 on one short trade, which is like woo, nice. So congratulations, guys. Call me Mr. Spot On down in the comments right now, because this trade, we absolutely nailed it. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm not in a hurry to re-enter into a short trade. Why? Let me explain. Let me go to, because the 100 moving average is quite important for us right now, just in terms of the technicals. And guys, call me Mr. Spot On for one more reason, because here I told you that a very important support area for us, our main target, was actually right here at $20,000. And look where we bounced off of. If this is not spot on, Mr. Spot On here for you, then I really don't know what is. And again, join my free Discord channel, link down in the description of this video. So as of right now, we actually also got supported by the 100-day moving average, which has been a resistance for us. And we got supported by it and wiped out the whole, downward move because of the Silicon Valley Bank collapse. So this is very, very positive. And I was tempted to maybe actually long Bitcoin from here, but to be honest, we have to be reasonable. We have to not be degens. So therefore, I'm going to actually, number one, we already saw, I think that this move is already quite exhausted at this point. We might actually go sideways until we see the final, the actual CPI come out, oh geez, right here. So this is where I'm going to be deciding either if it's going to be really terrible, I'll be going back into my short trade. If it's going to be amazing, I will certainly be longing Bitcoin, because if it's going to be good, we're going to certainly be on the way to retest 25K and potentially even go higher, especially people starting to understand and realize how broken the financial system is. Look, the banks are starting to fail because they're so uncollateralized. And USDC, even with this $3.3 billion hole, theoretically was more collateralized anyway than any bank out there in existence. Keep that in mind. And on this positive note, guys, stay smart, stay rich. Check out this quick tutorial as to how to trade Bitcoin with proper risk and money management. As always, peace and love. Thomas Krallo. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.